give this a
Pass
go.
that
It's divine. It'll change your life. It'll change your life.
Pass that Dutch, please.
Yeah, pass. Oh, I'd love a piece of Dutch. Thank you.
And I think you hit on a good point as well, Tom. The weddings that I've gone to where they've done the sharing platter, there's always been plenty of food.
Yeah.
I think more people, if anything, there was a shortage of alcohol. That's what people are more focused on at weddings as opposed to the platters a lot of the time.
Yeah,
This is true. This is true. I think the other way you could look at it is that some people like to know serving sizes if they're counting calories. So maybe they can be like, all right, cool, this is one serving. That's good. They can actually like know if they've overeaten or not eaten enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Looking at things from a different prism.
Do you feel like it? Like if you put up a serving size, all right. Let's say this person says, all right, two pork in a pork in a not pork in a thing.
Two porks per one fork.
Yeah, 2 porks for 1 fork. And then some people don't like that sort of that dish. Then you're gonna have all these leftovers, and someone's like, I'm hungry, but I've already had my 2 porks. Can I not have a third pork? Like,
please, sir, can I have some more?
More pork, please.
So you're basically saying like if I don't like pork, I leave my serving there. Who decides who gets that extra pork?
Exactly. And then you're left over with all this leftover food.
I'm being contrarian here, but do you think there is a level of tackiness if there are signs all around the wedding saying like, you take one of this, take one of that, take 2 of this?
Yeah.
Not that it's
I think
tacky,
so.
but does it kind of feel like a bit, like those signs on the highway that were telling people to go home? Does it kind of feel like a bit like, yo, take it easy?
Yeah.
You know what it does remind me of? It reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons when they stay at Flanders' beach house and then they've got like post-it notes everywhere about what to do with the house. And on the ice trays it says, fill me. And she goes, duh, Ned, with what? Underneath says, with water.
Yeah.
It's like, we get it. Don't worry. We can work it out. We're civil.
Exactly.
You could actually take that as an insult. But I think if it's a 100 people wedding, I'm assuming you're pretty close to those people because that's a relatively small wedding.
Yeah.
So I think you should know the type of people they are and you should probably feel comfortable that it'll be fine.
Yeah. So you're saying signs
So
are okay?
I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
So this is the person wants to know, should they use signs?
Yeah, should they use signs?
I would say
no.
don't use
I say
the
no
signs.
sign.
No sign. No deal on the sign.
No sign. I'll also say, like, I mean, with weddings, you've got a lot to organise place cards, you've got to organise table settings, all of that sort of stuff. Why make more work or more, more crafty things that you need to do or more things you need to pay for? Cut the fat somewhere.
You know what? You know what I reckon they should also do? Put more bread rolls than anything else. People love fresh bread. People love fresh bread rolls. They'll fill up on fresh bread rolls, but before they even know it, so then all the good stuff, people will only pick and choose that. It's supper.
The patient get that.
Yeah,
True. And I will say, if there are people, speaking from experience, when I've gone to events and there hasn't been enough food, sometimes it feels like a gift because the amount of times where I've gone to a function like that, hasn't been enough food, and then after it, me and my brother's like, we'll hit up Macca's, and like, oh, fuck yeah, brother.
Macca's run.
in some ways, you're giving people a gift that they can go get some takeout after the wedding or the function.
It's, you know what? Nobody is ever disappointed about the Macca's run on the way home. It's like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I can't believe I have to go to Macca's on the way home. Everyone's just like, yes, Macca's.
I heard about someone that I knew went to a wedding where their parents basically owned like 4 McDonald's stores, and after the meals and everything had happened, after the dance floor was erupted, what comes in at like 11:30, knock on the door, platters of cheeseburgers.
Oh my God.
Place, and fries. Everyone gets McDonald's. It's like it's the best way to end the wedding is like to say, you don't need to do the Macca's run. We got it for you right here.
Yeah.
That would have went off. People would have loved that.
Tom, can I get a contact name for the...
I feel like it could be one of those like it never actually happened. It's like a urban myth, urban legend.
It's a myth.
Everyone knows that person.
What do you think of that? Because there was KFC were offering the chance to have a KFC catered wedding, right? With like a KFC van and stuff, and like I don't know if the Colonel's the one who marries you. I don't know what happens in that regard.
All I want is the pepper sauce and the chicken like strips. They can like dunk into that. That's all I need.
I was like seriously considering entering it, and my girlfriend was like, "Don't even think about it. I don't care if it's finger licking good. I'm not interested."
She doesn't care, David. She doesn't care. She doesn't care.
It's like, what are you in it for? You in it for the party or you in it for the marriage and the ceremony? She's like, yeah, the actual wedding is important to me. Believe it or not.
Whereas I was just thinking like, this could be fun.
Yeah, right. Maybe not. Maybe not for everyone, but someone will get to enjoy that. All right. Do you think that's enough for Clerks 2 signed poster?
Yes. It's a great name, isn't it? It is a great name.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we'll leave it there for then. Clerks 2 movie poster. All right, I'm going to go next with this one, guys. Now, this one is going to come from, it's also some signed memorabilia. It's a signed book from the Carlton AFL Football Club from the 1995 Premiership year.
Hey.
Now, the only thing is, we got this book. It's like a little booklet signed by the team from that year that won the grand final. It was the last grand final that they've won. Only like we were young when we got it, and my brother, I think, on the back page where there was all signed, he was like, "Oh, all of these signatures, some of them are a little bit faint. I might need to like go over them to make them look a little bit better." So he's gone over them and actually signed over the authentic autographs of football players. Making them completely worthless.
Yeah.
What a jerk. Why would he do that?
He would be like 10.
He didn't understand. He knew not what he did, okay? He knew not what he did.
Hey, does it have the Steve Kernahan signature on there?
Yeah, he starts writing Stand By Your Man or whatever he is. He started doing the lyrics.
And that really hurts because it's been a lifetime since Carlton have had any success. So, I mean, that thing is basically, that was worth a lot of money.
It has sentimental value. That's the most important part.
That's it.
All right, so this is going to come from Signed Carlton Booklet. Signed Carlton Booklet writes in, would you consider this behaviour awkward? I've been told by my friend that some people think I'm awkward because I smile a lot. So I'm naturally introverted and quiet. When I don't have anything to say, I smile a lot and shake my head. I've been told that people think it's weird that I smile a lot, but they don't understand that I do it because I don't have anything to say. If I didn't smile, they would think I'm being rude or ignoring them. Like, I'm not walking around with a permanent smile on my face all the time, but I do tend to smile and nod a lot during conversations to show people that I'm listening. I just don't know what to say. By the way, I love being quiet, so this is not something I want to fix. I just want to know about the smiling part. Signed Carlton Booklet.
Oh, my Signed Carlton Booklet.
Yeah.
You are my brother. You are my brother in this situation. Actually, not to lie. I do like talking a lot too. But
I was going to say, he's not your brother. If anything, he is like a 10th cousin, if they even exist, because that's nothing like you, Marcus.
So far removed.
It's true, but the thing is, I always find myself like, if I'm not talking or anything like that, and if I'm just resting, I feel like I got a resting bitch face, and people always say, what's up your ass? So then I would often just smile or just have a resting, I'm just going to smile, you know? And
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah, I'm the Joker, baby. But I find it weird because I'm just like, do I look creepy just smiling at like people? Like, you're on the train, you're smiling at somebody. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's creepy, isn't it?
I kind of feel bad for this person because them smiling is them signifying I'm engaging with what you're saying. I have nothing to contribute, but I'm locked in. I am listening to what you're saying, but he's being picked on because of it. He's like, I can't win. I say nothing, and people say, why aren't you talking? I engage, and people say, why the hell are you smiling? Like, what is it? What are they supposed to do?
Just nod your head with a serious face.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of, do you know Sandy Tom, the lady who sang, I wish I was a punk rocker?
Yeah.
Her album was called Smile. It confuses people, and it applies perfectly to this guy.
It does.
What is funny is that this person says that they're naturally introverted. They're like, I'm an introvert, okay, so I don't like engaging in this stuff as is. And then when they do, they're doing it wrong either way. So there's nothing worse for their confidence than like, well, motherfuckers, what do you people want from me? I'm smiling, I'm nodding, and they're like, whoa, dude, take it easy.
Yeah.
It can't win.
Can't win.
It's basically the same thing as when someone's quiet and people say, why are you so quiet, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And the last thing that person wants to be asked is, why are you smiling or why are you so quiet? Because then it just makes them feel weird and like everybody's paying attention to it.
Self-conscious of it. They're self-conscious of the quietness or the smilingness and all that shit.
It's like also being told to smile. Like if you look like you're not having a good time and people are like, hey, man, smile. It's like, no, don't tell me how, like, don't just assume I'm not happy because I'm not smiling.
Exactly.
I've got this, I've been told this a few times before that, like, for photos in particular, that I put on a fake smile. And the moment I get told, like we're taking these photos, and then someone goes, now, Marcus, please do not do that fake smile you do. I was just like, motherfucker, I'm going to not smile at all. That's it. I like, you go in your shower, you're like, I am just angry now at this point.
Yeah,
like,
you're not going to get the proper thing out of me. I'm just going to like rebel.
I'm more self-conscious over it.
They turned your frown upside down.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
What is this person substitute in instead of smiling? Like, how do you, what's the happy medium?
I will say that this person obviously is a bit of an introvert, like they've said, and they're naturally quiet. I think in order to let people know that you're engaging, maybe ask the person questions. You don't need to necessarily talk about yourself, but ask the person questions, and then they can, that other person can take the ball and roll with it and start talking. And then you can like nod and it's, it's not like you're just smiling and nodding and then have nothing to say at the end. So you got to think of a question to ask them, which might be a little bit too much for this person to handle. But I think that's a good way to keep things going and actually seem like you're a human. I'm like sort of telling you like how to be human pretty much.
Do you know that now I can kind of get why he's being looked at after you said that, Tom, because maybe he's not engaging and he's just smiling and nodding at even like the most messed up stuff. So he's like one of his friends might just be like, so they said my grandma's got 2 weeks to live, and he's just like smiling and nodding
yes.
That's great. I mean, 2 weeks, well, make the most of it, I guess.
This is from his point of view.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly how he's being seen by the others.
Yes, if he is just like Michael Fassbender android, just like cold, emotionless, just nodding to everything, people will be like, man, like read the room. She's got 2 weeks to live.
Okay, so that's my advice, at least for this person. What do you think, Marcus?
I think that's right. I think you hit the nail on the head. They need to become more than just a smiling, nodding machine. All right, it doesn't need to be Michael Fassbender. It doesn't need to be that.
Dun, 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 dun. All I'm programmed to do is smile and nod.
Just smiling and nodding. Dun, 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 dun. But engage in the conversation as best you can. You don't need to be an extrovert to engage in the conversation. You just need to be, when it's appropriate to smile and nod. When it's appropriate to ask more questions, I agree. Do that. That's what you got to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Become more human.
I was going to say every group dynamic has room for a quieter person. Yeah. Like you can. I had my group had it as well. We had one dude we used to say we called him the koala because he was just so chill, and he'd always just be like chewing on his lunch and he just nodded everything. He'd be like, the dude knows his role and he hits it to a T, and everyone loves him for it.
And he had chlamydia.
Yeah,
and he has chlamydia,
and he smelled like
he gave it to all of us.
Just like a koala.
He was always high. You always need that. You know what? People that don't talk as much as well always seem smarter. Always seem wise. They're mysterious. It's like, oh, he's a smart person. He's really thinking about what he has to say. Not necessarily the truth, but if you don't open your mouth, no one knows how dumb you are.
And that's why everybody knows how dumb we are, because we have to fill a 40-minute void every week.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're all idiots. Yeah.
All right. So, anything else to add for signed Carlton book, guys?
I'm going to say, smile like you mean it.
Wow, very nice Killers reference there, Damien. I'll leave it there then. All right,
Who's
Damien, you're going to go next. Who are the killers?
All right. This is going to come from Doorknob, and I will explain the story of Doorknob.
This is your favorite piece of memorabilia.
Signed Stephen Kernahan.
A couple years ago, my brother went back to the motherland in Messina, where my mum is from. And the house that she was born in, because she's from this tiny town, right, with like hardly any people there, and the house that she was born in was still there. And in that particular country town, like every house was a lasagna house. There was like 3 generations living in the one house, right? So like grandparents at the bottom, then like their kids, and then their kids above that. That's just how everybody lived there, because you make the most of your space, right? So that house had been like boarded off and shut down. But when my brother went back to visit my family there, he's like, I want to see the house. I want to get in there. So him and my Italian cousin like broke into this old house, abandoned shack, and like my brother was just like taking like door handles and stuff, because he's like, I want to bring this home to everybody, and then you can put like a door handle from my mum's house that she grew up in as a kid in Italy, and stick it in your house. It's kind of like a memento type of thing, right?
Yeah,
nice.
But my brother found out very quickly how dangerous it was, because the house was so old. It's probably like over 50 years old. His foot was like falling through the floorboards and stuff. It was like he probably could have died while he was doing it. But I appreciate that he brought the doorknob back for me.
What I like is like the house is still there. It's like, well, now pieces of it aren't there because he's taken it home.
Yes. There was also just that like fear of like, who knows if it was like that house was just like a house of cards, and if you pulled the wrong door handle off, the whole thing just collapsed on him.
That was
Thankfully, it didn't happen.
Door handle.
Yeah, of course, yes. That classic Italian architecture.
Oh, Mamma mia!
I don't know, but like it's not the flashiest thing, but I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's cool.
That is a nice little memorabilia.
If you need my brother to sign it, he can. He can sign it Stephen Kernahan's signature.
I would love your brother's Hancock on my doorknob. I would love that. Alrighty. So D-Knob writes in, was I wrong for sharing a co-worker's erotic fan fiction with The Office? So erotic fiction is a difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. A co-worker was sharing their screen with us during a Zoom presentation, and I happened to catch a page open to the side. I was bored during the presentation, so I started reading it, and to my surprise, I realized it was a dirty story.
Ooh.
It was well written and actually pretty hot, to the point that I thought, let me grab this for later. I